leg up. Go leg up.
Go. Put it on the video game.
Don't give up on your brothers, man. Don't give up on your brothers.
Let your arms out, shake it out. But you are not to injure yourself. Don't let pride injure you. If your arms are hurting like that, it's time to stop. Don't let pride injure you. Get some water, too.
There you go, Akin. Come on. Come on. There you go. Okay. Yeah. Take a break and bounce right back on it. Even when you're tired, you gotta look strong. Come on, let's get it. Come on, let's get it. You think you're the only man that did this shit? You think you're the only nigga that's been tired? All right, yeah, come on.
Strongest legs of Israel. Yeah.
Show me all niggas don't work,
I see legs in Hebrew. His leg get out. His leg get out.
Fight for your house,
Fight for your house,
Crowds of gold.
and the crowds of gold.
Babylon is going on.
To rise over.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh y'all on that shit, huh? Oh yeah! That's how you feel! That's how you feel! That's how you feel! How they feel on this shit! Clap it up! All right. Y'all run down here, grab the waters, bring them up. I'm gonna let y'all know when they're ready for the next challenge, all right? All right.
Big shout out to Cat Makad Abraham, another stone cold warrior. Muhammad started the Hebrew Academy back up, got brothers training and working out, passed it to Akkad. He chose Akkad to carry that torch. And Cat Makad carried that torch out and went ballistic with this joint.
Ready to go?
Go, come.
We're going live.
Jumping jack.
Let's go.
There you go. There you go.
Attack. Open your eyes up. Attack.
There you go. Where you at? There you go. Strike. There you go. Strike. Strike. Keep on striking.
Come on. Keep going. Keep going. Don't rub your eyes. Keep going. Keep throwing the punch. Combo. Keep going.
Water. This way. Take it. Three. Yeah, over your eyes. 3.
Jumping jack. There you go.
Other hand. Right hand. John right hand. Y'all come out. Uppercut. Left hand. Fight. That's it. That's it. Take this brother over here to this one.
That's it. Jumping jack.
Open your eyes up.
Attack. Strike the middle.
Attack. Brother right here.
Open your eyes. You gotta open your eyes.
There you go.
Jumping jack.
Get ready to take up.
Jumping jack. Attack. Get the mid. There you go. Get the mid. There you go. All right.
Run.
You got on your hand now. You put more back in your hand. Turn your face towards the water. There you go. Jumping jack. Attack. Strike the miss.
Double jack.
Turn. Jumping jack.
Jumping jack, jumping jack, jumping jack. Attack! Attack high!
Fight! Fight!
Water him.
Run to the water, run to the water. Run to the water.
Right here, to the water.
Jumping jack, jumping jack.
Attack!
Jump in.
Jumping jack.
You gotta hit it. Open your eyes, don't touch your eyes. Hit the mitt. Jumping jack, jumping jack.
Open your eyes and hit the mitt. Fight!
Hit the mitt, attack the mitt.
That's right. That's right. Your eyes open. See your turn.
Let's go. Water, run to the water, run to the water. Jumping jack. Attack. Strike the mitt. Open your eyes, brother. Open your eyes. Strike the mitt. Let's go, Copper Yard. The work, Copper Yard. Jumping jack. Attack the mitt.
Let's go.
Come on, here you go. Oh, hit the mitt.
Right.
Go to the water. Go to the water. Run to the water.
Come on. Hold your head up.
I stood 10 toes down in these streets, whole ground in these streets. Roll around the city with the pound with his feet. I'd have made this my last stand, but I am not an ordinary man. I'm a motherfucking soldier. The last stand, I'm a soldier.
Let's go.
Your
eyes open, fire side.
Whole ground in these streets.
Jumping jack.
Roll around the
Jumping
city
jack.
with
Keep your eyes
the
open.
pound
Jumping jack.
in his feet.
Jumping jack.
All
right, keep your eyes open.
Don't touch your face. Touch your face.
Yeah, you son.
Water him.
Water.
I ain't no ordinary man. I'm something that you might never see again. I never was the tallest, never was the strongest. I just held the record for being real the longest. Niggas know they feeling what I spill at my performance. Shitting on these haters, yellow jaundice. You know I be on it. No, I keep my ball lit.
Jumping jack.
Jumping jack. Get down in the field with me. Watch how I be flipping on rappers. Check the I always talk is either kill or you die. Secret made an oath to get my soul peace, and I'm gonna keep it. Climb the mountain, set my goals steep, and I'm gonna reach it. So I'm up all night with no sleep. Nightmares and demons on my first COD. That shallow breathing kinda fucked me up low key, but I don't speak it till I die. Go to war, this my battle track. I stood 10 toes down in the streets, whole ground in the streets.
Let's go. To the water.
I done made this my last stand, but I am not an ordinary man. I'm a motherfucking soldier. The last stand, I'm a soldier. I stood 10 toes down in the streets, whole ground in the streets. That's right, going around the city with the pound in the streets.
The content provided on this podcast is meant solely for entertainment purposes and should be taken with the appropriate degree of humor and not too seriously most of the time. Listener discretion and understanding should always be advised.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Y'all let me know in the chat if you can hear us. Let me get a mic check on that. That mic work?
Mic check, mic check.
We good to go or no? Good to go? Oh, son, Christ, clap it up. Most High in Christ, the water for y'all bearing with us. Of course, this is CBP, the Chain Breakers podcast. I know we ain't been here for a while, for a good minute. We got good reasons, but of course, no excuses. However, we all here tonight. We all here to answer your questions, to talk about the topics you want to talk about. Of course, coming under the foot of Commander General Yohana and Israelite School of UPK. This is where this podcast is representing. If you don't know what the Israelite School of UPK is, it is the home of the truth. And by the truth, I mean the truth of which God and his chosen people was brought back into the earth in 1969. Most High in Christ. Talk about an ad lib. But they ain't even hear that shit. We understand, but brought the truth back to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians so that we could get out of the lostness, out of the dark that we were in for so long. For 400 years, we've been in the dark, not knowing who we are, for one. You understand? How we're supposed to live, for two. Who we're supposed to love, who we're supposed to hate, who God is, who Christ is, who Moses is, so on and so forth. These were questions that have been unanswered because of slavery, oppression, the curses of God being on us, you understand, and just pure ignorance from our religious leaders during these times that we've been here in America and across the whole earth. But Commander Jenny Yohana, Israelite School of UPK, has been out on the streets of America and everywhere that the soul, that your foot could rest on the soil, to teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians the truth. And from that came out the CBP, the Chain Breakers podcast. And now we're here to shed more light on the light that's already been shed by Commander Jenny Yohana.
Right.
You understand? So we want to say the water to all of the viewers, all of the listeners, all of the brothers and all of the sisters out there who tune into our podcast. You understand? Who's waiting every week to hear what we're going to bring out. All of the guests that's come on to the show. Hell, even all of the hecklers, all of the devils that be coming onto the show calling us monkey and nigger boys. We appreciate y'all too, man, because y'all have a part in this thing called life that we plan. You understand? And here in a second, you're going to find out your part, Mr. White Man. With all of the damage that you've done to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians,
Right.
you have a very major part to play in what's coming next. Y'all be watching From? Y'all seen From? Oh, man, From is that shit, man. I ain't going to hold you. Man, I ain't gonna spoil it, man. But that dude in the yellow suit, in the yellow jacket, when he got his victim and he whispering into the victim ear because the victim can't do nothing, and he say, "Damn, you about to miss the best part." That's how I feel about these devils that is sending ice into, Hispanic communities, man. That's how I feel about devils who is, you understand, is pushing this nonsense and these mantras of God loves everybody and lying on the Bible, trying to rock black people to sleep so that they can further oppress us in the streets of America. Like, I feel bad for them, man, because it's like, damn, I want y'all to stay alive just long enough so that you can get the next part, because the next part is the best part. And that's when Christ returns, man. That's when Christ returns. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and introduce the panel of the brothers that's on the stage with me today. Of course, start with myself, Officer 1000, Yaramak, a.k.a. the Javelin. You understand? If y'all see me out in the streets, y'all don't got to call me Yaramak. Y'all can just say, "What up, Javelin?" Shalom, Lord Christ, Javelin. Hey, Javelin, come here. That's my name. That's my persona. That's who I am. That's what I go by. Of course, y'all know this man over here in the right corner. We got Officer 500, Makawa, a.k.a. Smokey. He don't like that name, but until we find a better name, that's Smokey right there. You understand? But we got Smokey right here, Makawa. Also to my close right, we got Officer 50 Hawan, Mr. Know-It-All, Mr. Everything, Mr. Valuable Man. This guy is what is he? He's a lawyer now. What else does he do? He financial supporter, Forex. And if you want to learn how to get all the women, he knows everything about that. You understand? So we got him on the panel with us tonight. And also to my left, We got Officer 50 Nadiab, aka the Fisherman, aka the Handyman, aka Mr. Does It All. You understand? These some Tawab brothers in the school. But we're gonna go ahead and get into it. And of course, all of you that's watching are also on the panel. Type your questions, type your topics, type your comments. And in a second here, I'm gonna post the link in the chat so that if you want to come into the panel, if you want to come on to the show, and whether you want to agree with us, disagree with us, if you want to debate Bible topics, I'm ready tonight. Tonight I'm on one. I talked to Makawa about it earlier. I don't think he want to talk about some nigga shit. Tonight I'm on all the Bible smoke. If you think there's a triune God, there's a Christ God and the Holy Spirit, and they are all one entity, then come on with it. If you think that God loves everybody and that the children of Israel disobeyed the Most High, and so now all Gentiles and nations can be grafted into the promise of God, then come on with it. I'm ready for you tonight. But until go ahead and get started, man. And I think the first thing I would like to do is talk about what we was watching. That Hebrew Academy was got the TikTok live. You said what? Yeah, you can go TikTok live. Shit, TikTok, where is that? But I want to talk about that Hebrew Academy and that videos that we was watching earlier, before the show has started. A lot of people is catching a lot of attention, especially online. I've been seeing the You Are From Durham page going crazy about it. They trying to figure out, what is this? Why is these niggas in all black training, doing push-ups, marching and running up hills and fighting and getting pepper sprayed and all kinds of stuff? And I just want to know, like, from you brothers, from y'all aspect, what is the Hebrew Academy, and like what did it do for y'all? You understand? But and I'll give my answer as well, but I want y'all to elaborate on, because all of y'all are graduates, of course. So, just break it down, man, what the Hebrew Academy was for you. Like pain. Nothing but pain.
No, I can't say it was pain. It was at first going through it, it was a mental hurdle. Like the physical thing, you're gonna get past it because you meeting up every week. And so after a while, physically, your body's going to adjust. It's the mental hurdle of getting through it. So I'd say it's like the trial and tribulation of it's like the biggest thing to like mentally push yourself to exhaustion. Ain't nobody forcing you. The thing about Hebrew Academy, nobody's forcing you to do it. It's just mentally, it's like, man, I can get through this shit. I done did all these weeks, months. I can get through this shit. But just mentally waking up and just doing that shit time after time after time after time. So it's the tribulation, the trial and the tribulation. That's I can say from that.
What was the hardest thing? Like if there was a moment in Hebrew Academy that you was like, damn, like that's just you just hated that part. Like this, whenever this would happen, I hate that. What was that part of Hebrew Academy for you?
Fucking running.
Really?
That shit, man, that shit was annoying because it was just nonstop running. It's in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, we gotta do this, that. Oh, go run another lap, and you just constantly run. And I'm thinking mentally, I can't check the time, but I'm looking at the sky. I'm like, shit. It's about.
You try to look to the sky like you put a timer here. Check or something.
Like shit. Okay, it's around 11 p.m. Shit, we should be around this shit. We should be doing this. So it's probably was the running was the biggest thing. Everything else was like, I never had no issue like the combat and all that stuff. I enjoyed that shit because you learn. Like I can fight, but you actually learn how to fucking fight. Like you learn how to actually like hand-in-hand combat and how to do some stuff. So I enjoyed that, but the running was the most annoying thing to me because that shit it was endless to me.
And you class of 2022, right?
God, it's been a while for me. Yes,
Rest the Most High in Christ. First class to get that blue ring. No, what y'all laughing for? That just meant that y'all was special.
Yeah, I know. Very handicapped, right? Whatever y'all say. What's the joke? What's the joke? We handicap or something?
Yeah, like no, that? Y'all special. Like y'all could park close to grocery stores and whatnot.
Man, go ahead and take the microphone.
Go ahead, man. What you got?
For me, firstly, it's like, even how my Hebrew name mean you a great value. It's like I recognize when I was thrown into the fire, have operational command that I recognize, like, takes a lot to lead, but it's beautiful. You feel me? And definitely how you said the running, said them damn 15 laps coming around, them shits used to hit. I ain't gonna lie to you. But you know, like I said, you know, online I was talking to Out of One. I said, you know, the water, you know, Yahweh for this shit, man, like being in the truth, because without the Hebrew Academy, you feel me? That shit make you into a man. That shit make you a better man, make you a better leader, better priest and prophet of the Lord. It just shapes you in all forms and fashions. You know, the world not gonna do that shit. The Christian church not gonna shape you into a man. They gonna shape you into a sodomite for real. You feel me?
Damn.
Being in the truth, man, you know, following God and, you know, going to Hebrew Academy, that shit turn you up. Like, it just completely changed your life for real.
Most High Christ. Well, y'all niggas got against running, man. Good.
Man, that shit hurt. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. And them niggas can relate to this shit. Man, listen, after camp and all that stuff, mentally, the biggest thing was not giving up my Saturday nights to go to Hebrew Academy Sunday morning. So that's why I didn't like running, because I'm tired. I've been drinking. I haven't really eaten nothing. And so all running does is just escalate that in your stomach, and I end up throwing up. That's why I didn't like running, because I was out Saturday night, really didn't eat right, woke up, and now I'm running. And so, yeah, that was the biggest thing for me. That's why I didn't like running, because half of the time I was lit from the club and I didn't feel like doing that. Like, who wakes up in the morning after going to the club? So let me go for a 5-mile jog. Like, no, you might do some push-ups. Yeah, let me do 20 push-ups. Okay, some sit-up. But you gonna wake up and go run? No, niggas don't do that shit after the club. Unless when y'all brothers do. That's y'all niggas different. Y'all niggas not waking up and running. Y'all niggas do some push-ups. But hey, let me wake up, let me go for a fucking jog. And I've been drinking all last night. Let's be real.
I mean,
exactly. See, ain't nobody said, Kyle, y'all do that shit. Niggas don't do that shit. So that's
I
what
would
it is.
do it though.
I know you would if you mentally put yourself to it, but reality, you wake up and do some push-ups before you go run. That's what it is. That's what it break it down to.
Fair enough. Most High Christ, man. Shout out to running. Nadia, what you got, man?
Nah, man. I mean, it won't easy, but as far as like the aesthetic of being in Hebrew Academy, it made it easier to deal with. One, because I'm with my brothers and I see we suffering through the same thing, so I know I'm not alone. Number two, the hardest thing for me was knowing that I can fight, but I could still get my ass whooped. It could still happen. So sharpening the skill, it was like a learning tool for me, because I took it and ran with it. Every day I was, trying to, add something to it. If I'm not throwing punches, I'm throwing kicks. If I ain't, throwing kicks, I'm doing push-ups. Regardless of the situation, Hebrew Academy shaped me into a different person, or a different lifestyle of how I look at certain things. So it's no longer a carnal situation, but because it's just better to go through Hebrew Academy, because it shapes you into a different character, if that makes sense.
Now, I'm glad you said that last part, and that's kind of what I wanted to go in on, and because a lot of brothers, or not a lot of brothers, but a lot of people, I've seen in the chats question, why are we doing this? Why do we go through the Hebrew Academy? Why would you put yourself through something like that? And for one, it's asinine to ask that type of question, because for one, it's just stupid. Like, no one would ever ask, like, why would a man go through the military boot camp, or go through a Marine Corps, or go through whatever the Air Force calls theirs, or whatever, no one would ever ask them those kinds of questions, because you would understand that, you're breaking, you're being built up to serve a purpose, to become a soldier. And I just can't fathom why people don't really quite understand the concept of black men. And maybe that's the problem, because in the Marine Corps, it's not just white men or black men, it's a multitude of different people. But in the Israelite School of UPK's Hebrew Academy, there's only Israelites. There's only blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. There is no other race or nation of people or ethnicity that is allowed to be, for one, in the school, and to go through the Hebrew Academy with the brothers. But what the brothers is going through, putting themselves through that training, putting themselves through that hell, for lack of a better word, it's almost like choosing to be built by this so that you're not built by prison. Because brothers could just be, they could just go through the hell of being in the streets. They could go through the hell of learning lessons because they sell drugs and get arrested. They could learn from going to prison and learn from living certain lifestyles in which they are going to learn lessons. Like a lot of brothers in the streets, you'll find a lot of masterminds when you go into dark places. You go into the lowest depths of hell, and you'll find a lot of gold in there within people, because living in such cruel and harsh environments, if you are equipped enough to make it, to survive, you learn a few things along the way.
Right.
But the problem is that how the things that you learn inside of prison, the things that you learn inside of terrible communities and neighborhoods and ghettos and all of that stuff, it doesn't benefit the nation of people that God had put us here to serve.
Damn right.
It doesn't benefit us in any kind of way. Like learning how to move drugs smart or wisely, or learning how to unalive somebody without getting caught. These are certain things that some people think they pick up on being in that lifestyle. But how does street smarts help a brother from dying from drug addiction?
Right.
How does prison politics help a sister from selling her babies for $10, for canned foods, for drugs?
Right.
How does any of these things that we have to go through because of our environment, because of the Christian church, I always put the blame back where the blame needs to go.
Right.
Because of the Christian church, we become products of our environments. Con, you got it. And the products of our environments in some capacity end up becoming detrimental to the very environment that we became a product of. Right. Brothers in the UPK, they put themselves through the hell of the Hebrew Academy so that they can be molded into something that'll fix the depths of hell for good. It'll just fix it. Now these brothers get out of the Hebrew Academy and they've learned to conquer their flesh. Right. They've learned to conquer their demons. They've learned to conquer their trauma or their mental illnesses that they've been living with for 20-something years. They've learned to conquer the lust that they've had for 30, 40, 50 plus years, because they've learned to focus their bodies to complete a task that otherwise they would never complete unless they were forced to do it in prison, unless they were forced to do it in the worst ghetto of Durham, North Carolina. Shalom. Most high Christ. You can take the seat. GP, you up? You coming on? You sure? Most high. GP came through ready for Hebrew Academy. First of all, he got the all black on ready to go. You understand? But it's ain't no black. Most high Christ. Black is the best color. I don't know how the hell the whole Israelite group chose purple. That is crazy. Out of every color you could have chose black. You could have chose anything. They niggas said purple. That's it. Purple with fringes on the bottom of the t-shirt. Good night.
Right.
But to end my rant, point is that the Hebrew Academy it's better than your counseling. It's better than your Americanized therapist and your sessions and everything. This is what they're saying in the comments. Like, why don't the black people don't need Hebrew Academy? They need to go to therapy. Black people don't need Hebrew Academy. They need to go get counseling. This, that, and the third. Listen, having Captain Akkad over you, training you, training your mind, training your mental, training your focus, that is the best therapy that black men need.
Damn right.
That you can't find that anywhere else.
Right.
You can't find it. That's why black people, they do what? They tend to go to the military. Why do they go to the military? Because they know in the military you ain't gonna become a drug addict. Except you still do. You still become a drug addict but you're looking for the structure. You understand? The Israelite School of UPK has provided a certain taste of hell that you can go through on your own, that'll give you the molding and the structure that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians have so needed since the 30s, since the 20s, since the 1800s. We've needed this structure so that we can mold men up to be able to fight and defend our nation again. And that's what the Hebrew Academy is about, man. At least that's what it is for me. It's about taking men who, otherwise would have been victims of the prison system, who otherwise would have been victims of all the other institutions out there in the world. Whether you would have went to prison, whether you would have died in the streets, or whether you would have, bent over and got spanked so that you could have been some kind of, Kappa or Omega Psi Phi. Those is institutions too. And that molded you to do what? Nothing. To do nothing. To fix nobody's lives. Maybe to go out and do a food drive every once in a while. But it's not what the Hebrew Academy is for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Go ahead.
Just like even on that point, what you said about the fraternity and sororities, a lot of brothers and sisters, they go to college and they try to join those things. And I've gotten arguments off of or debates about, oh yeah, if I join this, what have you feel me, that I'm gonna be this person, but they don't do nothing. They don't really do anything. Those fraternity and sororities don't help Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians grow as a people. They just help them blend in more with America.
Yeah, them fraternities is like a funneling tube. You understand? Like the way that the fraternities work, typically, they want a certain type of Negro, and the Negro that they want, like you go to the Book of Revelations where it speaks of the mark of the beast, and it's similar to this. It's not quite, but it's similar to the mark in your forehead, where the white man he wants a specific kind of Negro that would submit himself to white oppression. And a certain type of Negro is, for one, the type that'll go to college. You understand? The type of Negro that'll go to college is the type that's educated. He respects the white man's education. And again, just for the record, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with going to college. Go to college, get your degree, and get your education. But at some point, you have to learn how to separate education from white oppression. And that is something that Black people has failed to do for 400 years. Black people almost correlate education and white people as if white people created the education. Like, you ever heard someone say, that's the white man's education? That's the white man's knowledge? I guess it's the white man's lettuce too. This is the white man's tomatoes. The education, being smart, white people didn't create the being smart. They didn't create science or mathematics or any of these things that we think belongs to white people. They have just murdered everyone who ever contributed anything scientifically or knowledge-wise to the place of the planet Earth, and then they claimed it as their own. But so, point is, I'm not saying don't go to college, but know to separate that education and from who the white man actually is. You understand? But then furthermore, from going to college, they'll funnel it even deeper. And how do they go even deeper, Pauls? You go into those fraternities, those sororities. Those are the people who they're willing to go through certain things so that they, in their mind, can move up higher than who? Anybody know? Who do they move up higher than? Come on. Than the other Black people. That's it. They join a Mexican fraternity and sorority so that they could be better than the other Mexicans, the other Negroes, the other Native American Indians. You know what they call them? GDIs. They say goddamn individuals. Like, okay, now I'm a Greek. I'm a white man now, and you just a nigga. You just a wetback, or you just a savage. While me, I'm a alpha theta bi alpha theta thigh, whatever the fuck it's called, man. I'm an alpha apple pie. You understand? I'm an alpha apple pie, whatever. You understand? And they believe that by joining these fraternities and sororities, it puts them higher, you understand, than regular Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And then when it goes from there, if you go even farther up, then you start going into the Masonic Lodge. Then they leave, they graduate from the fraternity, and then they join the Masonic Lodge. And then they even believe even further and even deeper that they are above the commonwealth of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, when in actuality, they are just closer to the white man's ass than they've ever been. You're just closer to him. And now he has a certain control over you. And with that control, he gives you with a false sense of power over the commonwealth of the people that you believe that you're over. And this is what the white man wants. You understand? This is not what God wants. God wants you to put yourself through the training, through the focus, through the tutelage that you need to go through so that you can be born again something brand new. And the thing that you be born again as is a brother or a sister, you understand, who's willing to serve the Lord and to serve Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians under Commander General Yohan in the Israelite School of UPK. And that is in the Bible for those who have disbelief. You understand, Marco? You had something?
No, I'll just piggyback what you're saying when you said that damn near Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians made then everything. Like we had the knowledge. It's like when you saying like it's a white man's education. We the one. A lot of people don't know. We tell white people how to wash their ass. Like white people didn't just learn how to do it.
Come on, man. For sure.
Like, have you ever heard the plague or what happened during medieval times and all that stuff? That's because they wasn't washing their ass.
Yeah.
And Black people wasn't around those areas. So how you think that went away? Because they learned how to shower. They learned from us. So we taught them all that. We didn't build every damn thing. They just, like you said, they didn't killed everybody and take, as they usually do, take credit for it and say, hey, I did this, that, and other, because they white. And of course they're gonna believe it, because it's hard to believe that a nigga like us from the hood, the barrios, and all that stuff can make all these wonderful events, because obviously we must be dumb as hell, but that's besides the point. But you already answered the question.
Yeah.
As General Hyman said, they say that white people came up with everything because then they would feel more powerful. They will feel mightier than us, because if they knew that they went to us, they know that they're smaller. They mean nothing. They're very minor to the education, to the evolution of us, of mankind, period. But you know, it's like it's like a mouse trying to earn food from a cat. But the mouse gets food. That's it. The mouse is food, and that's the oppressor, man. The oppressor is a rat. That's
right.
what he is. Like, that's all I had, sir.
And a vagabond.
That's right.
And I know y'all hate it. Y'all don't understand it. Y'all trying to figure out, why do they talk like this? You understand, everything we say comes from the Bible. Absolutely. Come on, you got something? Who got it?
No, I ain't got nothing. I was just gonna say, like I was saying beforehand, it's just like, they won't serve a nigga God. They won't serve a black God. You understand? They'll serve a white guy before and we talking about black people at the end of the day. It's hard for them to sit there and let go of, what this oppressor then sat there and, pushed and forced on to them.
Facts.
And piggyback off what your brothers is saying, it's heavy because a lot of people, they'll look at the UPK and they'll be like you said, why do we put ourselves through this? Because we done tried every damn thing else and it just don't make no sense. And so let me try this. And They see the Hebrew Academy trials, and they be like, "Why y'all do that?" But then they'll understand the background of it. That these are, as men, you got to protect. You know, you got a family, you got wives, kids, you got to protect. And so, how can you protect if you don't know how? Most niggas say they grow up know how to fight nowadays, especially 2026. Niggas don't know how to fight no more. They know how to shoot. Hell, they can't even shoot, but they know how to pull out a gun. Let me say that. They know how to pull out a gun. They know how to pull out a gun and do that. But they ain't got no goddamn aim. Damn, they ain't got no aim, but they can pull out a gun though. Niggas know how to walk around with a gun and look tough. And that's why they got more rounds.
No, I did just see a video. The cats were shooting at this dude in the car. 3 cats shooting at the car. The one in the front, he letting off. Next thing you know, when the car gone, this nigga turn around and fall. Pow. Hey, nigga, you shot me. One of his homies in the back done sprayed, not aiming properly, and shot his man's man in the back, which is crazy, man. But no sweat. So lock it. Yeah, man. That's why we need, the Hebrew Academy. Not only just it's not so much to train a man to become Rambo. A lot of niggas think, that you become Rambo Ya'ala. Let's not forget Rambo Ya'ala. You don't become Rambo Ya'ala, but you do know how to control yourself in certain environments, how to deal with, different scenarios and things like that otherwise you would die from. You would die. Like, black people will die without Hebrew Academy. That's just a fact. You'll die without the Israelite School of UPK, without Commander General Hana. Good night. I don't know what the nature of black people would be in. I have an idea for all of those who is looking at the screen like, how in the hell, what the hell does he mean? What the fuck is he talking about? I have an idea where you would be, because I've seen it. I've seen what black people were in the 70s and in the 80s and the 60s during the crack epidemic. I bet you wanted Commander General Hana in your neighborhood when there was dope pusher mans pushing crack in your neighborhood. I bet you needed him then. I bet you wanted him when you seen the deterioration of your neighborhoods from going from Black Wall Street into going into and turning into Beverly Hills right in the middle of Harlem. I bet you wanted then. I bet you wish Commander General Hana was there. If you could go back, talk to some of them old heads who was there back then, who seen Durham, North Carolina during the thriving of Black Wall Street, during the thriving of the Hayti, of Fayetteville Street, and ask those same black people, when white men came into the city of Durham and started to gentrify and to use their wits and their laws and their oppression to destroy Black Wall Street, would you have wanted Commander General Hana to defend you? Would you have wanted Commander General Hana to go on the street corner and tell everybody that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of?
Damn right.
Would you have wanted that? Absolutely, you would have. You know why? Because you would have wanted to keep the Black Wall Street black. You would have wanted to keep the black household black. You would have wanted to keep black doctors. You would have wanted to keep black hospitals, black grocery stores, black banks, black insurance companies. You would have wanted to keep these things black, which is why you would have loved Commander General Hana. You would have received the truth. You would have received the Most High God telling you that God is only the God for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So now, fast forward 50, 60 something years. Why is it that now black people don't want to hear Commander General Hana? Why don't you want the truth? I'll tell you why. Because you lost. We've lost.
Right.
There is no black neighborhoods to keep black again. There is no, the only thing that's black is terrible. Have y'all seen black neighborhoods in 2026? It's almost hard to go against gentrification. It's almost difficult. You teach against gentrification, and then you see the before and after pictures and say, damn, I ain't for black people getting this oppressed, but damn. Because everything that's black has been destroyed. It's ridden with drugs. It's ridden with black on black crime. We're destroying each other in these neighborhoods, which is why vicariously you hate the Israelite School of UPK. Because what is the point? What's the point of saving something that's been destroyed? That's what you say in your mind. You say, man, let the white man do it. Let the white man go ahead and build new schools. Niggas ain't gonna do it. Let the white man go ahead and tear down Cornwallis. Let the white man go ahead and tear down McDougal Terrace and Bragtown. Let the white man go do it so that we can live in comfortable areas, so that we can live in a thriving city that's called Durham, North Carolina. Well, let me tell you something. Maybe we just stuck in the past. I wasn't old enough to live it, but I'm wise enough to remember it. And I remember a city that was thriving. And guess what? It was black. It was black. It was black old, and I remember it. And I'm holding on to that. I'm holding on to it right with Commander General Yohana in the Israelite School of UPK. And that's what we're fighting for. That's why we go through the Hebrew Academy. That's why we come into this school and we're all black. That's why the sisters come into this school to serve the Most High. That's why we're here. Because we're holding on to the reality that has become a distant memory for you. The distant memory for you is black excellence. It's black Wall Streets. It's black people thriving. When that for us is reality. It's not some far-fetched idea that we have to send our children's to the best universities for one day we could get good jobs and buy back the neighborhoods. Nah. We can pray for God to destroy the white man today.
Damn right.
We can pray for God to get the same vengeance and the same punishment on our oppressor the same way they prayed to their God to put it on us. We could do the same thing. The problem is that black people, you've let go. We've let go. We've let go and let God. You know what we did? We let Jesus take the wheel. We seen the neighborhoods getting destroyed, and we say, you know what, Jesus, take the wheel. You deal with it. And you know what? Christ will deal with it. He gonna send a bunch of rough, hardcore brothers in some Israelite group wearing Power Ranger outfits under Commander General Yohana through Hebrew Academy. And when they come out of that damn hell, they are going to go and retell you everything that you should have known for 50-something years. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, and you cannot love him and love your people at the same time. You can't love white people and love Mexicans. You can't love ICE and love Mexicans. You can't love deportation and love Mexicans. You can't do the same. So why the hell do you think that we can love white people and love black people when we've been enemies for 2,000 years? We've been enemies since the birth of our nations, according to the Bible. That's in the Bible. That Esau and Jacob were two countenance of people, two manner of people separated from the womb. And we've been at odds ever since. That's why everything is always so black and white.
Can I piggyback on what you just said?
Come on.
Said? Funny story talking about white people stealing shit. Shit, they stole the Power Rangers from us. Because we've been on since 1969. Power Rangers ain't come out to the early 90s.
Oh, right. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, every time they bring that shit up, I go Google. I said the Power Rangers, I think, came out in 90 or 91.
Oh, shit.
So where the fuck do you think they got that shit from?
So Power Rangers dressing like us.
God, yeah.
Oh, shit.
We're the original. That's why I say, that's why I hear people with the action. I'm like, well, we've been running since 1969. They get quiet. They be like, well, you still the Power Rangers. Well, okay, well, fuck it. We'll be the Power Rangers.
We need to post that picture of the Power Ranger taking a picture of us at the Juneteenth festival. Somebody got to send me that picture. Yeah.
So my thing is you need the Power Rangers because ain't nobody else trying to help you. Ain't nobody else trying to help us except us. You understand? So while people trying to make fun and make joke of everything, your people is lost. Our people are lost. Our people are on all these drugs. Our women are getting thrown away. They killing babies every day. You need the Power Rangers at the end of the day. While you trying to rush us off and try to make fun of us, what are you doing? Because if we the Power Rangers and we run around here trying to save everybody and we a joke to you, what are you doing to make your community better? Who are you helping? Who are you trying to save? Not a damn soul.
Yeah, themselves. They saving themselves, man, and that's what black people have been broken down to.
How can you save yourself when you high every day?
Because you that's how you escape the reality.
But you ain't saved yet.
Exactly.
Okay, so you still ain't saved. You still friggin' lost.
You know what? It's like a rat running. It's like a mouse on a mouse wheel, thinking he running to freedom. That's it.
That's all.
If you ask him, he's absolutely running to freedom.
And he gonna get there one day.
Yeah, one day.
And the truth of the matter is you in that same 360. You running that same circle and ain't changed. What's the definition of insanity? Anybody?
You're doing the same thing over and over again with no different results.
And expecting different results. That's crazy.
And as he's running on that wheel, he's generating electricity for some white man's house.
Good. Nice.
Come on, man. Which I got, man. I feel like this is the best conversation we done had, man. No Cardi B came up once.
I like it, sir.
She is with some soccer player or some shit, but yeah.
Like it, sir.
Uh-huh.
I had a question.
What's going on?
My question was, why do you think that the Bible is misinterpreted?
Oh, why is the Bible misinterpreted? Okay. For one, we gotta go to the scripture real quick. If somebody could get 1 Peter's chapter 20, chapter 9. Okay.
I got you.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. No sweat.
Sorry, I got you.
Come on. You send me something?
10 racks.
What is this?
Beautiful.
Oh, come on. Yeah, they stole this from. I'm about to put this on the screen. How can I do this? Yeah, let me put this up on the screen real quick.
It's like you said 1 Peter 5 and what?
First Peter. I said chapter. I meant just verse 20. 1 Peter is 1 and 20.
Okay, 1 second.
Let me see this right here.
Oh shit, I got it right here too.
We're gonna show y'all the Power Rangers.
Saw that picture.
Here we go. This is the Power Rangers right here. Let me add this. Matter of fact, hold on. I know what I could do.
Hungry ass nigga. You good, bro?
Well, let me see if this will work. There you go. No, that's not it. This. I need a side by side picture though. Oh, let me see if they can see this.
Crazy.
Nah, not like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Why is it
they have
doing
a,
this?
They have a.
I'm gonna have to
restriction on TikTok.
I'm gonna have to just do this.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hold on.
Everything though. You get more script.
That ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
Man, y'all seen that? Hold on. Let me see. Nah. None of these gonna work.
What's crazy is they'll sit there and restrict you with a bottle of liquor, but they smoking weed on TikTok all day,
every day.
There you go. You can't tell me that's not 1975 One West. Come on, man. That's 1975 One West Passover. Yeah, man. I mean, shit. They got the headbands on. Yeah, come on, son. Look, we should make these garments.
I already got my room. I gotta hit up. What's the name for this? I'm going red and black. Right.
Most High ain't crazy.
Next Passover.
The water GP for that. Also, whoever said I am lost and lonely and sick, disconnected in the light of loss. I don't know. I don't know what that means, Matt. You gotta explain what you mean. If you need some help, first of all, are you black or are you white? What are you? What's your ethnicity? First of all, But come on, so the question was, why is the Bible so misinterpreted, right? You gotta go to 1 Peter 1:20.
Okay, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Book of 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
Who verily was foreordained
Mm-hmm.
before the foundation of the world,
Mm-hmm.
but was manifest in these
Mm-hmm.
last times for you.
I mean, 2 Peter.
Yeah,
Peter.
I got you. Right here. 1 second. 3, 2. All right. Come. This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing this first,
Mm-hmm.
that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation.
So that's a perfect answer to the question. You gotta know this first, that there is no prophecy of the Bible or the scriptures that is up for any private interpretation. So the question is, why is it that we all are reading the same book, but yet it seems like there's many, many different interpretations of the Bible? That is one Christian argument or quote or saying that it makes me want to throw up. It literally makes me want to throw up, because it's such an ignorant statement, right? It's almost like, how can I put it? How can I say it? I don't even want to say it. I'll just leave it at where I just said it. It makes me want to throw up, because there is no private interpretation. There is nothing that's being said that's different than what the Bible is being said. The only thing that is changing is the teacher and the intent that's changing it. Meaning what? Your Christian pastors don't want you to believe in what the Bible is saying, which is why they'll teach you things like that Eve ate the apple in the garden. They'll say things like that. Or like Adam and Eve were the first people on earth. Or Christ was born from the Immaculate Conception. I remember growing up and hearing the Immaculate Conception and thinking, damn, like that was such a holy word to me. Immaculate Conception. It meant something.
Right.
And then to find out that Immaculate Conception is not even in the Bible anywhere. Nowhere at all can you find the words Immaculate Conception. It had me wondering, why the hell did y'all say it? Why did you come up with this terminology to describe the birth of the greatest man ever known to live? And it's not real. It didn't happen. What you got?
So, like all of us, I grew up in the Christian church, of course, as well. You understand? And I never took hold. Like, none of them stories really never resonated with me. You know what I mean? It was always like, it was kind of like off-putting at the end of the day. Like, I would hear it, and they just made it seem like it was a good idea. So to hear Immaculate Conception, to hear, about Ezekiel in the wheel, it just sounded like the way that the Christianity sat there and brought it to you. It just sounded like, fiction. Didn't sound like real life. It didn't bring it home and make me feel like I was learning something about us. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when I hear the idea of I don't think I was paying attention. I was being forced to be there like most of us were anyway. I wasn't in there trying to really understand what was going on. I didn't want to be there.
Right.
I didn't want to be in no damn Sunday school at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Be there all damn day. And then be there after. I didn't want to be there after church another hour and a half, 2 hours. Anybody ever go to church and be there on what is it? Easter? Nigga, you in there. Oh my God. I did not want to be there. So there's nothing about those stories that ever, made me feel like this is us. This is our people. This is what happened to God. I didn't. So when people sit there and talk about certain stories and whatnot, I can't relate. I can't relate.
For me, it wasn't so much that I was in tune. Like, I know I used the word holy, like it was a holy word. It was also something I just ignored. I ran past it, but I knew that, like, when people said Immaculate Conception, I knew that, like, okay, they talking about Jesus or whatever. But then to find out that it didn't even exist at all, like it was completely made up. It took me to a place where it was just like, what else did you lie about? And it also, like, back to the scripture. How many millions of people on earth believe in Immaculate Conception? And and they have no idea that it's not even a word. You know how many people I've talked to and I say, find Immaculate Conception, I'll give you $1 billion. Fallen ain't, that's another one.
That's another argument I had. I had that argument already.
Show me the devil going against God. He kicked him out.
Let me see.
The Minister of Music. That bullshit they be talking
Minister, I never heard of that one. What is that?
They told me that when I was in church back in the day. He said
Minister of Music?
My father said that Satan was the ministry of music. And he yeah, I'm dead ass, bro. He told my dad told me that. Yes, bro. My dad told me that shit, and that's what he said. That's why they made it secular and shit. I'm like, bro, they made music secular, and that's how it got secular. I'm like, I was listening, but I won't listen. It was like, what the fuck? All that shit sound crazy to me. Like personally, like.
Now I heard that he was supposed to be the most beautiful angel.
Yeah, and then they don't read joke.
I ain't never seen nothing.
Say so like if I may.
Satan was supposed to be like you're beautiful.
They say so like if I may.
Good looking. Never heard that. I feel like and I now what I do remember hearing is like he wanted to take over. I do remember hearing something like he wanted to take over heaven. Yeah, so he went against God and God kicked him out, and that's how he ended up in hell. So-called hell.
Go ahead.
So it's lucky on that.
Uh-huh.
I remember when I first came to school, I was like, when I first passed my officer test, somebody battled me about that. And I said, I painted the logic. I said, so if Satan is building an army to go against God, then why didn't he go against God yet? And I hit him with that, and they was like, so they was confused. The reality is that Christianity just paints so many different BS, understandings in our brain growing up that it's a lot of Christians now that they won't even try to figure out the truth. God damn. But there's so many people that in the Christian church, like us as a family, you feel me? They won't try to find out the truth of the Bible because they so indoctrinated, with what's going on in Christianity.
Nah, that's facts. Let me see. But they start off lying to us in children's church talking about Noah took the animals. Yeah, see, that's another one. That's 2 by 2 is no, that is not in the Bible. it was like 7 of the clean animals, and 2 of the unclean animals,
right?
So on and so forth. It was not 2 and 2, but these are the things that like Christianity has played such the whore. Let me see what this one. Oh, come on now. I used to purposefully try to lose my shoes so we couldn't go to church.
Oh shit, she funny as hell.
Look, man. Church has done a heinous job of teaching the Bible. Like they're the professionals. Good night. You understand? Because all of these things in the Bible that they teach us are not in the Bible. It's not actually there. And so to answer the question of the private interpretation, there is a motive that these people would have. And their motive is not of God. You understand? Otherwise, you wouldn't ignore scriptures. Like there's not a scripture, a word, a letter in the Bible that you could pull that we would not deal with right here, right now, on the CBP, in any UPK class at all. But if I go to pulling scriptures for Christians, how many times have I heard, well, no, but what about John 3:16? What about John 3:16? I love John 3:16.
Right.
I love it. You understand? We can go to 2nd Ezra too, where it says that the world was made for the sake of Israel.
Psalm 92.
Yeah, God did love that world.
11:3.
He loved that world, absolutely. But the problem is that what you don't love is the Bible. Right. This goes right into the topic. The topic of the title is, what is it again? I can't read it. Christians hate the Bible because God hates. I put ... But God hates your God. God hates the God of Christians. The God of Christians is that white Caesar Borgia, and he is the devil. He is the greatest liar. Can I get that picture? Makawa? If I could. I think it's a perfect time to show everybody, to unveil the devil. This man right here. Hold on, let me see. What should I do? Lift that up. This man right here. This is the man. Like y'all remember the prayer? Now I lay thee down to sleep. I praise, I rest. What is it? I pray the Lord my soul to keep. And if I die, but when you was doing that prayer as a kid, tell me right now in the chat. Tell me in the chat right now if when you did that prayer as a kid, is this the man you thought of? This is him. This is the man you seen when you said, "Now I lay thee down to." This is him.
Like it.
Come on.
I'm not even gonna cap. Definitely was.
I know it.
Because in the Christian church, that's all they push. It's like that.
That's his real entity.
Like
he
that.
Float like a feather. He's soft as toilet tissue. 3-ply.
It's like that good. It's like that Good Times episode when she had Black Jesus, and she, and they switched it back to Black Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't learn that growing up. You feel me? Like we got pushed so much of Christianity to where that's all we saw when we prayed. We only saw white Jesus, and the reality is that as a long time niggas have been following after white Jesus and understanding that when you read Revelation 1:13 through 15, it teaches that Christ is a black man. He's a so-called African American. You feel me? He's us. He's not no goddamn white man that they want us to follow, but that's America's, narrative. And that's what they push. So people, they argue it so much. And the reality is, man, just follow us, man. Just understand this Bible is written for blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, God's chosen people. We're not like Americans. We the Israelites according to the Bible.
Damn right. Come on.
In that same episode, that's also the Christianity where they fought back. She said, "Oh no, you got to put white Jesus up there." Yeah, you forget about that. He put it up there, and she was like, "Oh no, that's not the Jesus I grew up on." And see that's a night and day of Christianity, and then fighting against it.
Pull it up.
So now what's crazy is, and I think everybody can relate to this one. Going to church, no one never read Revelations and sat there and revealed that in church.
They scared of it.
Not one time. I've never heard anybody outside of the UPK go to Revelations and say what Christ looked like. And how many of us was in church for a number of years on end, and you heard so many different verses, you heard so many scriptures, they had so many different they had so many different stories at the end of the day. And out of everything they went through in the Bible, they never went to Revelations. And let me land my plane right here. What he finna show, I saw that as a grown person. Never saw that as a child. That's an old show. I out of all the things that I watched growing up, I didn't watch that until I got older. No, I did not watch that as a kid. No, listen, we stole cable for years on end, my brother. My mama stayed stealing some cable, but I never watched this. I would watch MASH shit early in the morning. I heard that bull, but I never watched this. So as a grown person seeing this, I'm sitting there like, well, damn. So like, not I was then.
If I could, like even the rappers say, if you're scared, go to church and read Revelations. The church is not reading out of the book of Revelations because they don't understand the book of Revelations. They're gonna say, "Oh, the book is sealed. Oh, we don't follow by the Old Testament." Or if you read this book, that's a different interpretation. The book is sealed. I don't understand it, but they'll never say, "Yeah, Christ is black." Yeah, this is exactly what this is saying. They'll never read the book of Revelation because they don't understand the Bible. So like it.
Well, let's play this clip real quick. Get right back to it.
Hi, Graham. What you got there? This is Black Jesus. Oh, that's nice. He's hanging there for Black History Week. Junior painted him.
Oh, Thelma, when I sent you into the kitchen, I told you to clean, not lean.
Junior, what made you paint Black Jesus?
His face came to me in a vision.
I meant her.
I said it's Ned the Warner.
No wonder his eyes are red like fire.
Hey, Thab, I can't let that play, right? I can?
What if it's like this? If it's like that, I can let it play. I can let it play. All right.
It's from drinking muscatel.
Bet.
Michael, did you know this was Ned DeWino?
Sure, but that's not important. It's just a symbol.
It is important. Junior, before I tear your divine skinny arms out of your divine string bean
This was
body,
some of y'all
why
mothers.
did you pick up all people Ned DeWino?
Some of y'all grandmothers.
Passed out in the gutter, and he's the only one who holds still long enough to close.
Let me get to the good part.
Does it? Black History Week or no Black History Week. He's coming down off that wall and out of this house. Take him down.
Have no fear because Santa Claus is here. JJ,
that's what you need for your next protest march.
Close your eyes.
James,
turn around and close your eyes.
Oh. This is the coat I wanted. What did you do, James? Go. Love having a coat to keep me warm.
Right what they owed me.
What?
You remember last year all that money was spent on that operation you had?
No, we missed the part. Yeah. With the show? I want to hear that
Before
part.
I tear your divine,
Just a symbol.
it is important. I said it's Ned DeWino.
Would you say that again? Uh-oh.
I meant her. I said it's Ned DeWino. No wonder his eyes are red like fire. It's from drinking muscatel. Michael, did you know this was Ned DeWino?
Sure, but that's not important. It's just a symbol.
It is important. Junior, before I tear your...
Came to me in a vision.
It seems...
I can't find the spot. Thabuan ain't trying to help us.
It's like
What happened?
I was gonna say,
Uh-huh.
besides Revelations not being brought out in the Christian church, they never bring out Obadiah as well.
Mm-hmm.
The Christian church don't never try to, as they say, cause division. You feel me? It's like when it comes to even bringing out Christ, they don't bring out the color of Christ. They don't bring out Obadiah as well because the Christianity, they don't want to make the white man seem like a bad guy. You feel me? So that's my 2 cents on that.
Yeah, facts. There was a part where she said,
Yeah,
my Jesus is white, some John F. Kennedy and Martin Luther King. It's close. Well, it just went off.
Yeah, kind of.
Dog, are we missing something?
Not even clip. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, okay, that's what it is then.
Yeah, it is.
It's all good. I don't want to get the show booted off, so we're gonna go ahead and clip that up.
Oh, fuck you. Good night. Damn.
But
so you say you watch MASH?
So that was one of those things at the end of the day, like before it got serious, it used to be funny a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
White folk make making a joke out of their goddamn self. The whole concept of being in the hood and all that, like the whole concept of that show at the end of the day, knowing what I know is kind of depressing. And out of all the things that you could, depict black people and show black people, that's what we, now what I did sit there and halfway watch was with George Jefferson, Moving On Up. And even then, when I sat there and watched that shit, it was just like, all right, this is a cooning ass black man. Like I didn't resonate with that bullshit.
President Fred Sanford. But but again, all of this it just starts to show a pattern of how the truth doesn't have a place in a black household because the black household gave its dependence to our oppressor, which is why we understand now, which is why now we don't have the fight that we need to fix black households. And again, for the thing with Satan or the angels, or not angels, but the thing with Satan and everything, right? People were why would you wear that on this show knowing he's up here? You know what? The water for tuning into the show. And with that, we about to clip the show, man.
Show him, everybody.
The water.
What's going on, Makwa? You like this, huh? You like this joint? Most High in Christ.
He ain't never beaten the allegations. Nigga, you are smoky.
So like I mean it's crazy.
No, we wasn't talking about anything important at all.
God.
We can just interrupt the scriptures.
So like
for a Cleveland Browns sweatshirt.
Isn't that your team too?
What?
Oh yeah, I be getting them mixed up, bro. Cleveland Browns, Chicago Bears, CB,
It's
and
not
they
close.
both. I feel like they in the same areas.
It's not even close.
Yeah, they're not in the same division.
I want the record to be set clear. Thaba came onto the show and brought all of this worldly nonsense.
I didn't even say nothing.
We were talking about the Bible. It's his aura. He's in the world.
I just sat here, bro.
He made a huge deal about it.
Salakia, go back to
we can't.
Scriptures. Break it down.
We can't now. It's
You
over
can,
with.
bro.
Anybody care about no fallen angels no more?
Y'all
Satan
crazy,
and
bro.
demons.
Most
You
High in
might as well
Christ,
start talking
man.
about from.
Did you finish it?
No, I did not finish it.
Okay, we don't got to talk about it. I also have a Georgetown hat on. No one said anything about that. Yeah.
Yeah. AI.
Yeah, so what were we talking about, bro?
We was just talking about how the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Oh yeah, Most High in Christ.
And real quick though, the last thing I was saying was about the fallen angels and Satan and the demons and stuff like that. Like Christianity wants to make Satan so much the enemy. He wants to make Satan so much the enemy so that the rest of the world never believes that the enemy is right here on earth. You understand? It's like if me and Thab was on the couch and I keep stealing Thab's money every day and he doesn't see me doing it. And then every time he questions, why is my money getting stolen? Who is harming me? I say, man, there's a demon out here. And Satan is at work. And Satan is in the garden. Where did you say Satan was? Satan was the music director or some shit?
Yeah, come.
Satan is the music director. So it must be him that's
Yes, it
stealing
is.
your money. You understand? So when you captivate people in such a fairy tale, you can then control their minds. Because when bad things happen, even if I'm the one who does it, it's not actually me. It was Satan, brother. Satan had control of me. And I repented because now I've been given to God. And then when I do it again, guess what? It's not actually me. It's actually Satan. It's no different than Satan to Christian white oppressors is no more than a mental illness. That's what Satan is. Satan is just a bipolar disorder. Satan is, okay, I'm going to bomb your people to piss. And then when I have to face judgment for it, when I have to go to court, I'm just going to plead insanity. I'm just going to plead like I have a mental illness. It wasn't me. It was Satan. Satan had me. Satan had me in his grasp. Satan is evil. No, you're evil. No, Andrew Jackson is evil.
Right.
Donald Trump is evil. ICE is evil against Mexicans. Your white neighbor is evil. You just don't know it because you're so fixated on Satan. You're so fixated on something you've never seen before. Your life is The Conjuring. Everything. Why is black people in the conditions that they are? The Conjuring. It must be Ghost. It must be Saint. Of course, it wasn't the white man. Yeah, of course of course it wasn't COINTELPRO. It wasn't the FBI or the CIA putting drugs in your community. It wasn't actual white people. It was Satan. Satan was at work.
So like you said,
Cool.
I say on the point what you just said right now, I got a
Uh-huh.
precept for that. There's a book of 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 4. And they
Mhm.
shall turn away their ears from the truth and shall be turned into fables, what you said.
Oh man. Perfect scripture.
Earlier it was heavy, in the Christian church, man. It's like they look at the Bible like a fairy tale, like some Harry Potter book, or some book that don't make sense. They say you got to follow what you agree with, what your spirit agree with. The Lord said, man, that is, in First Timothy, it said this book is used for reproof, doctrine, so that man of God should be perfect, man. That's right. So that includes mankind. You feel me? Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, and at the end of the day,
You sure you ain't a pastor? I said it includes mankind. No, you hit it. Go ahead. Yeah. Hey, we taught him well. No, keep going.
But at the end of the day, man, the scripture, man, it's for us, for blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. It's not for that, that Christian church is, telling us lies, and we should not follow after that shit, for real.
Hey, give him a hand. Hey. He finally green bean won. Most High crazy. But no, there's
No, just real quick, Salakia. No, what you bring out is heavy, and Dewada one, that's an excellent point. But it's like that crap really be working. I don't say exclusively, but it really works on black people. It really works on Hispanics and Native American Indians. We are so like emotional. You know what I'm saying? You can almost say like our people are very passionate, but there's always a fine line between passion and emotion. They're like kind of two sides of the same coin. But our people are so emotional that we can get caught up with things like that. But that don't work for the oppressor when the Japanese came through Pearl Harbor and bombed at the piss. They didn't say, a demon has come and ravaged the lands. They didn't say that. They said it was that Japanese man right there. They said, drop a bomb on them babies in Hiroshima. Them, the ones with them eyes, those ones. You know what I'm saying? They made it very physical and real. But our people still here in captivity in America, and we still believe that, I'm coming right to you, bro. That racism is some figment of our imagination, like you said. No, redlining isn't real. That's Satan that's keeping you out of those neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? That's the devil is stopping you from getting that loan. No, the oppressor is stopping you from getting that loan.
and if it ain't the devil or if it ain't Satan, then it's politics. It's just the politics, of course. Come on, Hawa.
I say with our people, it's like definitely, when it comes down to that, it's like we just brainwash. Christianity just brainwash the shit out of us, to where it's like, how you said like the loans and all this stuff. We blame everything on everybody else except Christianity. The reality is Christianity is just the devil the Bible speaks of. It's something that brainwashes our people to just fall short, right? To just settle for the bare minimum and to love everyone and not love our people. We got picking up weapons and unaliving each other in the hoods and stuff when we should love each other. It says love thy neighbors ourselves in the scriptures. The reality is, man, Christianity is just it's the biggest deceiver on the face of the planet.
It's just a filthy religion.
Right.
Understand? That it is gay.
It really is, though.
They have a nigga sitting there slapping a tambourine. Gay as hell.
Hey, that's because you never get brought out.
I got you. So with these religions, when it comes to the religions, what are they? You feel me? Why are they just so many religions? Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. When it comes to the religions, why are there so many different religions and different,
Well, you had my bad. You had a question? Cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So like you made a point of the devil saying, or people saying, oh, it's the devil that made me do it. Oh, this and that. Oh, it's a demon in me. But in reality, it's the oppressor that's brainwashed you to make you think it's a demon that's running your mind, to make you, oppress your brother, to make you think that politics is the way that, way that we should go to vote, go, and change our neighborhoods, when in reality, it's the white man that's making your choices for you, picking the president for you, understanding that the way that the fact that you unalive your brother and steal from him is a culture that you learned from the oppressor. Right. That's basically what this precept is saying, which is, I mean, unless you want me to read it, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 12. How art fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning, right? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? And this is saying what? The oppressor has weakened and invaded multiple nations. What has he done? Invaded Iran, invaded, Japan, dropped bombs on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, right? Verse 13, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend unto the heaven. What does he do? He's going to build a space force, man. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. What has he done? What has Donald Trump just did? He has made himself to be Jesus, man. Right. He is healing the nations. He's healing people on his so-called, his portfolio is what he like to be, right? Slakia. I will make my throne, Slakia. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation. Slakia. I skipped the part. Slakia. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend unto heaven and exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. Verse 14, I will ascend upon the heights of the clouds, and I will be unlike the Most High. Meaning what? He has made a space for us, man. He want to do what? He want to run the earth. Right? Verse 15, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. Meaning what? That the Most High will then, destroy this man for the things that he think he is going to rule. Verse 16, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, and is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Which is what? This is saying that the Most High is saying that the oppressor is the man of Satan that made kingdom shake, man. He is doing what? What is he doing now? He bombing nations, bombing Israel, right? Bombing Palestine, he bombing Nigeria. What are we looking at? This is a person, not some spiritual being. The oppressor, the white man, made you think that it's okay to unalive your brother. Made you think it's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna set this place on fire, man. I'm gonna burn these nations. He made you think it's okay to go to war with your people when the real warrior, the real enemy is not your brother. The real enemy is the oppressor, man, and he is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Damn right. Most High ain't crazy. Friendly fire.
It's like it.
Come on.
It's like it with the brother saying it's so heavy.
Hey, you blocking the camera.
It's blocking the camera though. It's like it. What the brother saying it's so heavy is that, how you just said with the oppressor, the oppressor, the devil that the Bible speaks of, you feel me? He teaches us it's Christianity, and it never does any type of, help to our communities. Our communities still stay in turmoil, and, we still fall short when, we the greatest people on the face of the planet. We got all these talents, it's nothing better than a Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian woman when it comes to doing cooking or sewing or doing hair. It's nothing better than a brother when it comes to, the talents a brother may bring to the table. You feel me? America makes us seem like we're nothing when we're everything. We are the number one consumer on the face of the planet, but America makes us seem like we're at the bottom Well, in reality, when you look at the statistics, we're at the top. At the end of the day, man, we just had to realize that we got to get out of that Christian church. That Christian church is teaching us that we're nothing when God said we're something. That's all it is.
Yeah, the Lord said we're everything.
Right.
You understand? But Most High in Christ, everything y'all brought out is absolutely true. We got time for a couple more, either questions or a couple more topics before we got to clip it up. We are running way past the time at this point. What y'all got, Michael? Why? Hawan, come on.
I would say with the different sects of religions, like I've always gotten this question in debates when it comes to like the different sects. I always try to bring it back to the KJV, which is 1603 or 1611, and people will say, why don't we follow KJV? Like, why don't we follow the NKJV or the SAC? I'm like, well, the King James version, the Elder version. So when it comes to the different versions, like, what's the difference? Like, why does America push all these different versions when the eldest version should matter the most?
Okay, I gotta correct you. The eldest version does not need to matter the most. Mm-hmm. The time in which something was created or manuscripted has no relevance to the truth at all. Right? What matters is the truth itself.
Damn right.
What makes the KJV the closest version or the closest translation that we should follow in regards to learning about the original scriptures, right? Which would come from the Dead Sea Scrolls,
right? Which
was written in Hebrew and in Greek during the times in which they was originally written or manuscripted. What is the fact that it is what you just said? It's a translation,
right?
Every other KJV new edition, New English. What matter of fact, the New English translation and all this, that, and the third, all of those are interpretations.
Right.
That's why they're in the same what? What are they in the same? No. Huh?
They're in the same category.
No. They're in the same. The KJV is the closest translation to the Hebrew and Greek.
Right.
Every other version of the Bible, the new KJV, the KSI, what this blah 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 blah, the blah blah. You can make your own version of the Bible, right? You can make it and call it the NHM, the Nadiyab Hawan Makawa version, but it would be in the same what as the KJV. It's in the same language. It's all written in English, which means it's not a what? It's not a translation. You're not translating anything.
Right.
You're interpreting. You're taking the sky was sunny and blue, and you're reading that. And in your mind, you're saying, that means the outside was inflamed and ocean. Now that's just your interpretation of what the fuck that meant. It's not a translation. You're not translating a language from the sky was clear and blue into and nenumbre and cumbran tutu. It's not a translation. Do you get what I'm saying? Are you follow me? It's not a translation of languages. You're taking the exact same language and translating certain ideas so that it fits. It makes it more easier to understand according to you. According to you, the new KJV is easier to understand than the KJV. But the KJV is written in English. It's in English.
So like he said,
come on.
I always get that, when I speak to like Christians and they always say like, the version they go to, especially now, is the NKJV. And I'm like, why? They be like, well, I read the KJV and I don't understand. I'm like, that's why you come to class and get the breakdown. Like, nigga, you got the resource right here. You feel me? On some chill shit. But they can't go to their pastor and actually understand. They can't go to their pastor and actually, get the breakdown, because you can't raise your hand in no Christian church in America. If you raise your hand, they're gonna look at you like you're stupid. They're gonna probably tell you to, hey, talk to me in the pastor quarters. or what have you. But you know, if you raise your hand, they gonna look. He raising his hand. This ain't class, nigga.
Right.
Because they preach, they do prosperity. They don't teach. It's a difference.
Yeah, Christians don't want to take questions during the congrural service. I'm making that up. During the congrural service, because they don't want to promote the indifference of other churches. That's why they don't want to do it. If in essence the environment was to question the Christian pastors live during the sermon, then it'll be combative, because then you would have people that would go to one church who feels free to ask questions and not be a part of the church, and then go to another church and feel free to ask questions and not be a part of that church. And then if you started to do that, you would see the very mass indifferences in each church. And then in finding the indifferences in each church, the Christian pastors would then lose money, because most people would start to say they're hypocrites. Someone's teaching something wrong, someone's teaching something right, or both of them are teaching things that are wrong and right. They're just different, but it is not the truth. But that is important, because that is what you need to be able to find the truth. You have to ask questions. You have to read the scriptures. You have to go and test to see whether what we're saying is true or not. That is what the Christian church doesn't have, and that is why you have different religions and different religious texts and different interpretations, or they consider it translations of the Bible. The UPK under Commander Jenny Hanna, we just have the 1611 KJV.
Right.
That's all we have. And if you want to take it further, we go in there and we read that Torah. We'll go read it word for word, syllable for syllable, line by line in the Hebrew, like they did 2,000 years ago as it was being written. We'll go and do that too. You understand? If you want to go further, we got brothers in here who go study that Greek and break down the Greek for you. If you want to go that deep into it, we'll go through it all. We'll show you it all, and we'll teach you it all, and all of you will learn.
Right.
That's it. That's all I got. I got a what? A question? Kawal? Oh, would y'all let your son, would you send your son to Dr. Umar all boys school if it was in your city? No. No. An all boys school. I kind of want my son to be around women in school. I might be wrong. This is my answer. This is not a UPK official stance, but I want my I want my son to be around some women. You understand? I want him to go to school to learn and not be focused on women. But
yeah,
me personally, I would, no, I'm not sending them to the all boys.
I agree.
So they can focus on each other.
I mean, I think it could be a good pause, like
pros and cons.
Pros and cons.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it
sure.
help you focus. You know what I'm saying on the work you're supposed to do, as opposed to worrying about what the girls is thinking or what they doing, whatever. That could be a pro to it. But at the same time, I wouldn't send my son to Dr. Umar's school specifically, because I know he's going to double down on the African stuff. Like he's going to double down on the African mumbo jumbo and spiritual ancestors. He's going to be trying to teach my son about the ancestors. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have classes and they're going to be burning sage and all kind of weird stuff. So I wouldn't want my son to be involved with that. And you might say, well, why would you? Okay, that versus just sending your child to a regular public school, or sending your child to like a regular just school in the U.S. of some kind. Wouldn't you prefer it be like an all-black staff or something like that? And while I might think of it in that way, again, it's like sometimes when something is kind of more focused, like, you're not going to go to school. When I was growing up in school, they didn't really go heavy on you're African. Like, it's like they just said, oh yeah, black people are slaves and slaves was in Africa. Done. Which, you know what I mean? Again, it's like, is a very like thin version of the story, but that's better than Dr. Umar talking about the Mbenge tribe and Tutsis and all this Wakanda shit, and trying to make my son actually believe he should wear kente cloth. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm not sending my child to that. So like,
I went to one of them schools.
I know you did. Tell him about it.
Oh. Yeah, I went to Omatego Guamazima.
Omatego Guamazima.
No,
he's not lying.
On Cook Road.
Omatego Guamazima.
Yeah, I went there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I used to sing the African songs. Kiswahili or nonsense. Yeah, I learned that. I learned Kiswahili. I do. Yeah. What was the question?
Again, I think there's I have to weigh the pros and cons. Like, I don't let me just say this. I don't think an all boys school is inherently bad. I don't think that, because there's some people who, again, it's helpful to them. You know what I mean? When you're in an environment where you don't even, and that's the old school thing anyway, kind of separating the boys from the girl. I mean, we to some degree do that in the school, right? The men sit on one side, the sisters sit on one side, because they don't necessarily need to be intermingled and all of that. So I think there's a benefit to it, but it would have to be one hell of a school. Because I'm gonna be honest, like obviously Yaramak said, I kind of want my son to come to me and tell me about a girl he likes, even though I might have to tell him like, "Hey, look, son, now's not the time for that. You're not there yet." But it would, just being biased, I kind of want him to tell me that.
I think he gotta have control anyway, because like I don't nigga. I think that like there's dangers in it too, because I get it. The essence, in essence, is like keeping them away from like the sexual lust of being around women. But yo, what if niggas is gay, son? Like, what if that's happening too?
But the implication, are you saying that being around a bunch of dudes is gonna make them gay?
I'm just saying, like, all boys school kind of just
like I mean.
It all right, man, we about as good. Y'all not disciplined, man.
No, I'm not doing it. Cool.
Jesus Christ.
Like,
come on.
That's when I grew up in Georgia. That's what they tried. My mom's trying to put me in a all boys school. When she did that shit, I said, hell no. Like, I told her straight up, like, hey, I'm not doing that shit. And she was upset with me at first. She told me on some chill shit, but I understood, like, we supposed to be in a public school with boys and girls type shit. You feel me? So that's just my little 2 cents on that.
Word. Yeah, man. Fuck that. Fuck all boys schools, man. Going, especially if they ran by Dr. Umar Johnson. Let me see. Anything else? I'm gonna talk about the sister leaving her husband for Chris Brown. No, I'm talking about the Bible only today. Don't give a damn about her leaving her husband for Chris Brown. Now go ahead. Leave your husband for Chris Brown. Do it. Y'all gotta stop. Salaki. Y'all gotta stop. Salaki. Go ahead and leave your husband for Chris Brown. Do whatever. Do whatever you want to do. Blah 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 blah. Chris Brown is not going to stop anything he's doing to be with you. So that's as much as we'll say about it. Let me see. Is it like English versus Jamaican?
Patois.
Oh.
Patois, which is broken English.
Which is broken English. So KJV would be English, and NKJV would be like slang, patois, broken English.
Not so.
Wait, I'm a little confused.
It's patois.
Like broken. Oh no, the new is different. The new is newer. So it came after the old English. So if anything is the broken English, it would be. No, I don't know. I don't think so. I just got to go with no.
If I may,
Come on.
shit was written in like 1960. Like that, the NKJV was recent. Like that shit within 30 years. It's not even old for real.
Most high Christ. Y'all about to confuse the fuck out of me. I don't even want to talk about this no more. What was one more? This? I was told by an ex-IUIC member that they weren't allowed to ask direct questions, just pre-approved. Damn. Kind of like before you talk to city council.
Hey, they agreement.
The next surviving IUIC is crazy. Yeah, IUIC is gay. Just in case didn't nobody know. But what? Yeah. But all right, man. Hey, Tabata for tuning in, man. This has been one hell of a show. Huh? You said what? Yeah, man. Tabata, because obviously my brother's it's time to go. Shalom.
Somebody for tuning